clock at 5. Pass is intercepted at the goal line by Malcolm Butler. Unreal. Amazing.
Patriots quarterback Tom Brady announced on his Facebook page yesterday that he will not proceed with the legal process of trying to get his 4-game suspension overturned.
We're moving on from that. That's part of our history.
You're looking at NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas, where about 7.5 hours from now, Tom Brady and the New England Patriots will try to make history and win their 5th Super Bowl championship. The only thing standing in their way, a very good Matt Ryan, the MVP of the National Football League, and the Atlanta Falcons. Hello from humid Houston, everybody, your Drive for 5 team. Oh, well, good morning on this beautiful Sunday. What a week it's been, and I'm fascinated, and we've been talking all week. For you, what did you think it was going to be like this week, and what has it been like this week?
Right, this is your 7th. Yeah. This is your second. Yeah. This is my first time at the Super Bowl, and it's been pretty amazing. It's amazing how widespread this whole event is. I mean, there's events happening literally all over the city. It's crazy. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of work, but it's been a lot of fun.
It has been both, and we have a full half hour coming up for you today. Just a few things that we're going to cover over the next 30 minutes. Chris Costa is going to introduce us to a man from Maine who's been dealing with serious health issues for a few years now, and if all went as planned, he's here now in Houston to see the Super Bowl in person for the very first time as a guest of the Patriots, by the way.
And we'll also hear from Don Chrisman. He's from Kennebunk. He's been to all 50 Super Bowls so far. Will number 51 be his last? I sure hope not.
We're also going to cowboy up at a store that specializes in making us Easterners a little bit more Texan, which was a little difficult for them, I think.
Yeah, I think they nailed it,
They were very afraid. Yeah.
We should mention, too, you're probably seeing some scrolls along the bottom of your screen right now. Shoot out some tweets. Use our hashtag Drive4 5. Also, hashtag Patriots, because we are in a little bit of a battle. We will get to that a little bit later on in the show today. By the way, a lot of people, us included in the media, making a big deal about Tom Brady's chance for revenge, obviously, against Deflategate. Brady himself seems to be treating this just like any other Super Bowl, though.
Yeah, but it's not, because this is actually historic, because when the Patriots take the field today, they will be the first team in the history of football to play in 9 Super Bowls. For Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, this is their 7th together. Earlier in this week, Devin McCourty, Tom Brady talked about Coach Belichick specifically and how important, obviously, he has been to this amazing run.
You know, I've been very lucky to play for him. He's so focused on, coaching and doing anything he can to help us win. And, there's no BS with Coach Belichick. And I think that's what players appreciate. When you come into the program, you realize it's all about football.
It's been a blessing. I'm playing in my 3rd Super Bowl. I never would imagine that. So I was lucky enough to come into an organization that was, already a well-oiled machine. And I've just tried to play my role and, keep my job and do different things that the coaching staff asks me to do. And, I feel like I'm similar to everybody. We're just parts of a whole that has done really well, and we just got to continue to do our job.
All right, now he might not be suiting up for today's game, but Westbrook High School alum and Maine alum Trevor Bates has been a huge part of the Patriots getting to this point so far, and he will be on the sidelines today.
He's on the practice squad, and he still has to do his job as well, and it's a big one. His job to find holes on the offense and defense when it comes to Atlanta, so the Patriots can then exploit that when it comes time for the game. We caught up with Trevor to learn more about his job.
Basically, obviously, we try to give the best look we can, as similar and as identical as the opposing team we're facing. Each player has kind of set roles to the certain players that the other team has, and we just try to give the best look on certain situations, try to get their mannerisms down, and really just try to do everything they do on film to prepare our offense and our special teams, our defense to be ready to play on Sundays. mean, I see the offense complete plays that, they go against us in practice. So, giving out a look and seeing that it actually does help and it makes them better. Obviously that's a feeling, and it's satisfying knowing we help them get better and help them prepare. There's limited time left in the season, so I'm doing everything I can to put forth and help the team out. And like I said before, really focus on this week, so I'm not really too much into the future and stuff like that. I'm trying to do what I can to help the team win. And I think with my work ethic and how I go about that, I think that will take care of itself as far as future-wise. So that's not really where my focus is at, but we'll see what happens.
All right, what a week it has been for Trevor. Not only was he one of the first people on the stage on Media Day when he came out with the rest of his team, but how about this, the ultimate selfie taken yesterday on the field behind us. There's Trevor and Tom Brady. He tweeted this out and then sent us a text of this picture and said, here you go, guys. That's not a bad way to wrap up Super Bowl week. Him and the greatest quarterback of all time.
A lot of
no
people
big deal.
were very jealous of that on our Facebook page. I read those comments that they wanted to be Trevor.
Trevor is a very, very nice guy, by the way, too. This was my first time actually meeting him. You guys have spent a lot of time with him, but he is such a down-to-earth guy, and it's great to have him on the Pats.
We even made him tag along for some lobster roll this week, which was fun, too.
We did. We certainly did. By the way, we've been talking a lot about our hashtag Drive for 5. This is Tom Brady's 7th time in the Super Bowl, but his 5th time, if they win, getting the ring. So we're going for the 5 rings tonight.
That's why we have the Drive for 5.
When it comes to Martellus Bennett, he's been in the league for 9 years now, but this is going to be his first Super Bowl, and it's pretty special because he's a big fan of H-Town. He grew up just a few miles away.
And as Chris Costa shows us, Bennett is fairly familiar with the Lombardi Trophy, but that's thanks to his brother.
The Bennett family has more than one professional athlete. Martellus Bennett's brother, Michael, is a defensive end for the Seattle Seahawks and has been to 2 Super Bowls, beating the Broncos in 2014 and losing to, guess who, the Patriots in 2015.
He's seen his brother go to at least 2, go to 2 Super Bowls, and now he's like, finally, it's my time.
Oh yeah, I'm about to FaceTime him and say, now I'm going to the Super Bowl, me and Houston.
The Bennett brothers were always skilled athletes.
I played a lot of flag football. They would come, they would play with me. They was like 12 and 13 years old, and they was competing with grown men. I'm like, these dudes got some skills.
Well, a lot of people categorize him, I would call him the freak athlete. He was just good in every sport.
Reach down the field.
Martellus played football and basketball at Texas A&M, was drafted by the Cowboys in 2008, and came to the Patriots this season, a team with a rich playoff history.
Martellus is extremely excited. He's like ecstatic right now. 9 years in the league and finally, making it to Super Bowl. He's played 9 years and barely made it past the playoffs.
It's contagious. Like the winning attitude is contagious, and I definitely got affected since I've been here. So I got the winning disease.
He's not only known for his good hands, but also his sense of humor, even in the face of the biggest game he's ever played.
Being out there the first time, you want to make it, you want to make it great. It's like going on a first date with a girl you really love. You want the date to go perfect.
To show up in his backyard, back in Houston, Texas, where it all started for him, to be in the Super Bowl, it's an amazing feeling for him to come home to be in that game.
So it's good because I'm bringing one back for H-Town, and that's where it all started. And that's where I grew up at, and that's where I played my first football games and everything. So it's great to have the top of the mountain to go back home and show to everyone that I grew up around what you could do with hard work.
Well, a lot of people think this is going to be a close game. The Bennett's parents say they hope the Patriots blow out the Falcons, and I'm sure most people in Patriot Nation are good with that as well. There's one couple back in Maine that never thought they would ever be rooting against the Patriots when it comes to a Super Bowl, but today that's going to be the case because, well, family comes first. Their daughter, Sarah, is married to Falcons quarterback Matt Ryan. So John and Susie Marshall, who are in Cumberland now, have some interesting stories to share about when Sarah and Matt first met each other when they were at Boston College. And that's when they first started dating, and it has all turned into a very happy marriage. Take a look.
I could tell one day when we went to have lunch with her, and she wasn't in her gym suit, she was in a skirt. And I was like, what's going on here? And then we drove her back to school, and there was a bunch of guys playing basketball outside, one of which was Matt. And she said, oh, there's Matt. I often remember him driving up here during the summer to take Sarah out, and I get in his car, and the gas tank is on empty. There's just a bunch of quarters in this, and where you put your coffee, and you turn the car on, it says service immediately. And so I'd say, Matt, do you have any money? Well, I got like $2 of change in the car. And I said, well, I'm going to go get your car filled up for you. He's come a long way since those days. Yeah, he can fill his own gas tank now.
With Matt, from all I can tell, this is the same kid at 19 as he is today.
Exactly.
Boy, you are spot on that. That is for sure. His feet are so grounded, and his principles and his humor and his warmth, hasn't changed one bit. He's one of the nicest people you'll know.
As this season has been culminating, and you've seen the potential train wreck between the Patriots on one side and the Falcons on the other, what's that been like?
What are the chances of this happening? I mean, I never thought that Atlanta would end up playing New England in the Super Bowl. Not that I didn't think either. I just thought that's never going to happen. But here it is, and now we're having fun with it, and that's the way it should be.
Now there's more to that Ryan Marshall connection. Matt's brother Mike married to Sarah's sister Maggie. I wonder how they got set up.
Yeah, interesting.
All right, that's going to bring us to our first time out, but you can't have a Super Bowl coverage without trivia. Here's our first trivia question.
That is right. We told you Martellus Bennett and his brother have both been to the Super Bowl, but at different times.
So have two brothers ever faced each other in the Super Bowl? We found one pair, and it's more recent than you may think. That answer is after the break.
Plus, he's the Mainer who has an all-expense paid trip to Houston as a guest of the Patriots. His story when we come back. Hey, we are back, everybody. And before the break, we asked you if two brothers ever faced each other in the Super Bowl. Notice we said faced, not played, because the only brothers on opposing Super Bowl teams were the Harbaugh brothers, John and Jim. They coached the Baltimore Ravens and San Francisco 49ers in Super Bowl 47. The big brother, John, came out on top as the Ravens hung on to win 34-31.
A little bit of a trick question there.
Exactly.
That was a trick
We're very
question.
tricky. So this next story has certainly been one of our favorites for this Super Bowl. It's a man from Wells who got an all-expenses-paid trip to here in Houston to see the game, courtesy of the Patriots.
That's right. Justin Perry is actually battling a rare form of stage 4 lung cancer. He obviously has his bad days and his good days.
And today, most likely, definitely a good day for him.
For sure.
News Center's Chris Costa caught up with Perry at his home in Wells, and he found one very grateful Patriots fan.
Justin Perry's home is decorated with memories.
I threw out the first pitch.
From Fenway Park to his wedding day, all have special places in his home.
Oh, they gave these away.
Including a special box for his New England Patriots ticket stub.
So that was from the Kansas City game last year.
Justin is a huge Patriots fan.
I've worn it every game this year. I do wash it in between. For me, there's all New England sports, and then there's Patriots football. Got to experience a lot of things that I'll never forget. That's for sure.
One of those experiences came in 2013 when he was diagnosed with a rare form of lung cancer.
I'm on my second different type of targeted therapy. They've both been clinical trials. They're not FDA approved. So I'm kind of like a guinea pig for frontline treatment.
Countless procedures for this rare cancer forced Justin to travel to Massachusetts General Hospital every 3 weeks. He just completed 5 more sessions of radiation and received life-changing news before his last round on Wednesday.
The doctors come out and they're like, hey, Justin, we want to talk to you about a couple things before you go in for treatment. So instantly my heart sunk. I'm like, something went wrong with radiation. They found something. What's going on? Your radiation tech said that you talked about the Super Bowl. I'm like, yep, it's a bucket list, dream come true item. And he's like, well, I can make that happen for you.
Now hanging on Justin's fridge,
this may have to get framed,
is a letter.
2 round-trip flights to Houston, Texas on a private charter,
detailing his all-expenses-paid trip to Super Bowl 51.
2 lower level tickets to sold out Super Bowl 51.
He even gets to be on the field for the post-game celebration.
I don't know what that's going to entail, but that's going to be crazy.
A once-in-a-lifetime experience.
There's not many words that can say, how thankful someone can be.
For a man who doesn't know what his future holds.
I'm going to have to be on a maintenance treatment until they find something better, but there is no cure available. I'll try and look at something to look forward to, and it kind of keeps me going and kind of keeps my mind off things. It's just going to be a once-in-a-lifetime, overwhelming experience. It makes all the bad days go away.
And when Coco interviewed Justin, he still had a very big decision to make. Does he bring his dad to the Super Bowl or his wife?
That's a tough position to be in. We're going to find out when we catch up with Justin at the game.
Talked to him this week. He can't wait to show us his seats. And then he said hopefully he'll meet us on the field with a celebration after the game.
We'll be there, buddy.
Yeah, well, hopefully he's there as well. Hopefully it's a celebration. Now for Justin, this is his first Super Bowl. For our old friend Don Chrisman, number 51. No big deal. Don, who is of course from Kennebunk, you all know this at this point, is one of 3 surviving members of the Never Missed a Super Bowl club. He's down here with his daughter Susan. Don was seriously considering giving up this tradition after Super Bowl 50 last year, but then when the Patriots got him, he talked to his wife. She said, "Hey Don, you're 80." He said, "Please." She said, "Yes," and he came down with a couple of his buddies.
I suspect so. I mean, I'm hoping we have good reason to be loud.
Yes.
Yeah, I definitely want that outcome.
Definitely loud.
I don't know how many of these I got left in me, so we got to bring home a trophy now. I think I've told you before, I have this other problem. Our other 2 club members, Tommy has 6 with the Steelers, and Larry has 5 with the Niners, so I'm low man on the pole in our club.
Don's a pretty competitive guy. He's hoping that the Patriots get him at least tied with his friend, the 49ers guy. So.
And now if Don or any other people that are here from Maine got a little homesick, there were places where they could feel back at home when it came time for lunch or dinner.
Right. We caught up with 2 guys from Maine. Thanks for the double mics, guys, who are taking their show on the road.
Don't let Sabin Lomax tan fool you. This guy is to his core Maine.
We wanted to represent Maine well. We wanted people from Maine to be proud of us, and we, it's where we're from. We're very, very proud of it.
So proud, they brought the taste of Maine across the country to a restaurant in California.
Best seller is the Maine roll. I mean, it's really traditional. We use claw, knuckle, and tail meat.
Then
we were on Shark Tank about 4.5 years ago. Only 2 months in business, and it came really, really quickly. We were lucky, and we partnered with Barbara Corcoran, the best shark.
Now the cousins have food trucks throughout the country. Of course, they couldn't miss the Super Bowl.
Chantel? So many East Coast transplants are here, and they get a little taste of home.
The ingredients come from Maine, down to the country kitchen bread.
We would never sacrifice quality. We'd never want to represent anything else other than the quality that Maine is.
And it's New England Patriots approved.
That's solid.
With the support of Maine's own Trevor Bates, these cousins have a little support of their own to return.
Who's winning the Super Bowl?
Patriots 34-17.
He's got his predictions there. He's ready.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, the 3 of us are going to cowboy up. If you haven't seen it, you want to. If you have, you want to see it again. But first, a little more trivia. Come on, we're cowboying up. Here you go. What color jersey is the lucky one for the Patriots when it comes to winning Super Bowls? We will have that answer when we cowboy back. All right, before the break, we asked you what color jersey is the lucky one for the Patriots when it comes to a Super Bowl. Well, in previous championship games, the Pats are 0-1 wearing red. They don't do that anymore. They're 2-2 wearing the blue jerseys and 2-1 wearing white. Tonight, the Pats will be wearing white. Is that a good omen? Well, since teams wearing white jerseys have won 11 of the last 12 Super Bowls, I'm going to go with yes. Clearly, clothes are important when it comes to building a champion when it's all said and done tonight. I mean, look at this.
Exactly. At least it's important for reporters. At least it was today in Houston, or one day this week, right?
Yeah, that's when we decided to cowboy up.
Funny thing about it, it's a rubber bottom, so if you kind of want to do some line dancing, square dancing, you're gonna get stuck.
Don't go for that one if you're line
that.
dancing. Do you think that Tegna would buy these for me?
Bye, Maine. I'm coming back, Texas.
All right, looking for some feedback on how it's going so far. Man, what do you think? I mean, I know you're not really in a position to comment. Dude, I'm sorry about what happened. Seriously.
We're like 90% of the way there. I need a hat, but here's my problem. I don't want to mess up the hair. So what can we do about that?
You're in charge of turning this into something Southern, Western. I know. She's like, I can't do it.
Well, since y'all look like some Texans, now we gotta dance like some Texans. Y'all ready?
Yes, let's go.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Texas. Thank you kindly.
We'll see you later, y'all.
Yeah. I don't even know what to say to that at this point.
Yeah, that one is a drop the mic moment. I don't think we talk.
Drop the mic. I know. Let's just finish it there. Hey, by the way, we want to let you know of a hashtag battle that we are in with our affiliates in Atlanta. So head to our Facebook pages.
They were just right there. They're already gone.
Yeah, no, they left.
So
They
make
gone.
sure you use the hashtag or else the vote won't count. So get that pound sign in there.
Go to WCSH6 or WLBZ2. Find the hashtag battle. Share, comment, like, use the hashtag Patriots.
All right, we have a few seconds left here for our very important predictions of who's going to win. We'll go youngest to oldest.
All right, again, I've been saying all week, 31-24 Patriots. I think it's going to be a 7 or 10 point victory for the Pats.
I'm just leaving it at Pats will win. We will be celebrating on the field. That's what I'm leaving it at.
Patriots 34, Falcons 30.
With our
there
buddy
will be
Justin.
celebration with Justin on the field. All right, that's it for your Drive for 5 team for now. We will see you after the game on the field where it's going to be raining confetti. Hopefully. Take care. Y'all.
And then do the other leg. Kick, cross, out, down.
Do you have a helmet?
Okay.
Keep going. Go ahead.
Okay, ready? We're gonna do those together. Ready? So kick, cross, kick, down, kick, cross, kick, down. Okay, you guys got that?
Yeah.
Okay, so next, after the kick, cross, there's more than
Time out.
that. Wait.
Take care, Salt.
Cross, out, down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay?
Come on. Hit it. All day. All day. We're almost done. All right, looking for some feedback on how it's going so far. Man, what do you think? I mean, I know you're not really in a position to comment. Dude, I'm sorry about what happened. Seriously. Good luck, man.